Hey, what's going on, everyone? I hope everyone's doing well today. I hope everyone's had a blessed day so far. I picked up a couple more things from the store I wanted to show you all. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, a share, and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and let you know out the gate. I'm doing my best to get to 500 subscribers. And when I hit 500, we're having the first giveaway on this channel, and it is a doozy. If you have never heard of Electric Sky, look up Electric Sky. It's a lighting company, and it's an ES180 version 2. It's about 200 watts of light. That's going to be the giveaway when I hit 500 subscribers. It's a $495 light. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored by these guys here or any other product that I show you on this channel. Uh, this is all bought with my hard-earned money. So I appreciate everyone that likes, shares, and subscribes. So a little bit about the blueberries and the raspberries on how you're going to be the most successful with them. The ideal pH for your blueberries is 4.5, but they will tolerate 3.8, and they will go as high as 5.5. If you start getting around 6.0 or 6.2, you're going to start noticing issues. Your leaves are going to have discoloration. Uh, your leaves will probably be abnormal looking. And the problem is when you get that far out of range with your pH, because blueberries are very acidic loving plants, and that's when they're going to produce the best, is when you're in that sweet spot of 4.5 to 4.8. But the problems you're going to notice, um, where they're not taking up enough calcium, when they get to that 6.0, 6.2 mark, is you're going to have disformed looking leaves or yellowing leaves, and it's basically just a pH problem in your soil. So the best way to mix your soil for these is going to be 1%, or I'm sorry, 1-to-1 ratio of peat moss to regular soil and organic sourced soil. Uh, you can go to any one of our big box stores around the area. Home Depot, I would prefer to go to them first. Uh, they've got a soil there uh, that is awesome. It's called Kellogg's, and I've used it for years. I've promoted it to probably thousands of people at this point, and never had the first person come back and say anything negative about it. Uh, if you want to add more perlite to it, go for it. Or more pumice. If you have pumice laying around, go for it. Uh, you're not going to hurt anything if you do that. But the pH of peat moss is 4.0, and the Kellogg's pH is around 6.2 to 6.4, right in that range. And when you do a 1-to-1 ratio, you're going to be right on point with your blueberries. Now, your raspberries. The ideal pH for your raspberries is between 5.5 and 6.5. That's a pretty big gap. So you have a little bit of wiggle room there, and you can kind of fine tune it to what works best for you. But I have found in the past, in my personal opinion, 5.8 to 6.2 is what really is the sweet spot for raspberries. You're going to get the most blooms, which means you're going to get the most berries. And if you're feeding properly with an organic sourced top dressing like Dr. Earth, Flower Girl, or their flowering, um, top dress dry amendment, you're going to be doing just fine when it comes to harvest time. I promise you that. And not only that, both of these are excellent pollinator attractors. I may have told you in a prior video, I like to use butterfly bushes as my pollinator attractors, or a perennial wildflower mix, but typically it is going to be a butterfly bush, a dwarf butterfly bush, or a variety that just blooms very well. And I also get that from the Home Depot. I'm sure there are other places you can purchase them, but I just choose to purchase them from the depot. So, couple problems people run into with blueberries, real quick. When their pH gets out of line or gets out of the zone they need it in, and they don't really know what's going on, a lot of people seem to go to dolomite lime. And this happens with a lot of different plants. If you've never used dolomite lime, research it, please, before you try to use it. And the reason for that is most plants need a ratio of calcium to magnesium at 7 parts calcium to 1 part magnesium. And dolomite lime is nowhere close to that. It's 2 parts calcium to 1 part magnesium. And you get such a magnesium overload, you end up with nutrient lockout or root zone lockout. And basically what that is your plant's not taking up any nutrients. So what happens is people say, oh no, my plant looks rough, something's going on with it, I need to fertilize it. I just need to give it some fertilizer. Most of the time people throw some Miracle Grow on it. Not a big fan, but to each their own. But that is the wrong thing to do. And the reason for that is because you have a nutrient lockout. Most of the time. Because you've overloaded too much magnesium into your soil, and now your plant's haywired and you just can't take it up. You'll have to flush it out of the soil, unfortunately. And typically you use 3 times the amount of water to the pot size. All the way up to 6 times the amount of water to properly flush your soil. But let's hope that don't happen. Moving on. If you're going to use any type of lime ever, my personal opinion is to use regular old garden lime. It's straight calcium carbonate. And calcium, if you don't know, builds the cell wall within the plant of each cell within that plant. Calcium is super essential for plant growth in the early stages. Magnesium is essential as well. It's just not needed in quite the quantity that calcium is. So you can get the amount of magnesium you need. I'm gonna give you a little hack real quick. Go to most gas stations. Go to Walmart. Anywhere really that sells this stuff. If you've ever heard of Vita Coco, it's an organic, non-GMO coconut water that has calcium and magnesium in it. 1 tablespoon of that per 1 gallon of water whenever you feed or whenever you water. You're not going to overload your plants using that amount. I've done that for about 1.5 years now, 2 years maybe. It's never steered me the wrong way. Always is good to go. Thank the Lord for that. But that about does it for this video. I will definitely keep you up to date when I go to put these in the soil. I'll show you how I mix the soil for the blueberries and the raspberries. and kind of show you what's going on in the garden. Remember, 500 subscribers, we're having a giveaway. It's a big giveaway. It's a $495 lot, and I want one of you to have it. We'll have a quick little drawing, and or more than likely what it'll be, a like, a comment, a subscribe, and you're good to go. Mention Electric Sky or something like that. We'll figure something out when it gets closer to that time, and everybody will have a fair chance and opportunity to get in on this giveaway. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope nothing but the best for you and your families. Let's grow together, and let's grow some food for our families. Happy growing, everyone. God bless.